Dave Topolovic again here now. Did a video on replacing a string or replacing a broken string. And now we're going to do a short little video on tuning the instrument. And this, again, this is for people that if you haven't tuned a string instrument before, these are all like what it's about and a little bit of the cautions and things like that of what you don't want to do. So if you have experience with string instruments, this might seem a little bit easy to do. But if you're brand new to it and you have no experience, hopefully it'll help. All right, first thing we're going to talk about the strings on the instrument. Right over here, I've made a little picture, and you're going to see that you have some letters of the alphabet. Those are the pitches of the strings. The ones that are without parentheses are the names of the strings on the violin. So you have the highest string is an E, the next string is an A, next string is a D, next string's a G. I also have those letters next to the pegs as you turn to tune them. The notes that are in parentheses are the pitches that are on the viola and cello. So the high string on the viola and cello is an A, next is the D, next is the G, and finally the lowest one is the C. And if you look at that, you kind of come to realization that the violin has one extra high string on it. In other words, the violin has an E, and the other instruments don't. The other instruments actually start on the A, and the viola and cello have an extra low string that the violin doesn't, so they have a C. So that should help you make sure that, you know, with pitches, and you know what you're looking for on each string. Now, there's a couple things you can use. If you have a piano at home and you know what the notes are on the piano, use the piano. That'll help you give a pitch, a reference pitch that you can tune the instrument to. The A on a violin or viola is the A above middle C. The E is above that, and the D is below the A, and the G is below the D. And if you don't, then you're probably going to use some type of electronic tuner. We've got a couple right here. You've got a regular electronic tuner right here. That registers pitches that it hears, and it tells you what note you're playing. I also have an app on my phone. So if you don't have electronic tuner, there's plenty of apps you can put on your phone, and it'll tell you what, again, it listens to the pitch through the microphone in the phone, and it'll tell you what note is that you're playing. Okay, when it comes to tuning the instrument, there's two ways to do the tuning. These pegs move the pitch a great deal. Okay, especially on student instrument. And if you're listening to this video, my guess is you have a child that's playing a student rental instrument or beginning instrument, and you have steel strings and you have four fine tuners here and pegs up here. So the pegs move the things a great deal. Yes, we're worried about turning the peg too much because you can break a string if you turn the peg too much, too fast, too suddenly. What you want to do is get the pitch close to the pitch you're looking for, right underneath, and these dials and needles will show you if it's a little bit less or a little bit too high. What you want to do is get that pitch really close to the exact pitch right in the middle, and if it's a little low, you can use the fine tuners to raise it up. These, again, you have to be careful of because you can break a string. These will not break the string. Very, very, very seldom. So what you want to do is you have the string on here and you want to pluck it and tune it up to pitch. And I have changed this string on the instrument right here. This is a D string on the violin. And let's just see where it's at and see what it might be. If I pluck right here, well, that's pretty low. It's a G, and it's got to raise all the way up to D. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the peg and pluck at the same time and bring it up to a D. There's a B. We're getting towards D. There's C. C sharp. And I've got that at D right now, a little bit higher than D. I'd stop right there And if you can, loosen the fine tuner. I'm sorry. So it's as close to D as possible. For instance, if I loosen it up a little bit too much, say I'm only at C sharp, but I want to bring it all the way up to D, I can use the fine tuner to bring it up to D. And you can do that with any string that might be out of tune. For instance, I would play the A right here. That seems a little high. I've tuned the D and the A. Turning these, tighten them up, righty-tighty brings the pitch up, lefty-loosey brings the pitch down. And you could do that with all the strings in case the instrument does go out of tune. Again, it's a combination of the pegs and the fine tuners. Pegs move just a little bit at a time and move slowly. Even if you have to readjust it from the beginning, I would always loosen the peg first and then bring it up. And remember, when you get to this, right when you get to the pitch that you're looking for, you're going to turn and push in at the same time. And if you need to raise it up just a little bit, use the fine tuners. You can go through the whole instrument like that. Most of the time, unless they're really loose, you can make the adjustments with the fine tuners. Sometimes you need to do a combination of both, but again, I would caution, go ahead and turn these, but go slowly and loosen them up before you tighten them up again. I have this laying down. There is one other way to do this. If you want, again, I have these right here. I face it towards me. Whatever one you're turning, you pluck with the other hand. So here's my D. I'm using this hand to pluck this and turning with this hand. If it was an E or an A, I'd pluck with this hand and turn with this hand. And again, when you get to the spot you want to get to and you're looking, you want to turn the last little bit and push in, and you kind of braced it over here. You're pushing against this arm and push in at the same time as you turn right at the end a little bit. Hopefully this helps. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope to see you soon in the store so we can in person take care of all your problems. Thank you.